Hello and welcome to the MCQ lecture series. In today's class, we are going to look at some of the important multiple choice questions with respect to Indian economic environment, which is the economics general paper for FYBA. Again, in this lecture as well, I am continuing with the second chapter, which talks about banking environment in India. So let's get started. The first question is the account which is opened for a particular fixed period, by depositing a particular amount is called as what? I am opening an account for a particular fixed period by depositing a particular amount in that account, whether I call that account to be a recurring account or a fixed account or fixed deposit account or C savings account or D none of the above. So here it's pretty much clear from the question itself that I am opening an account for a particular fixed period of time by depositing a particular fixed amount, and therefore here the correct option is option B, fixed deposit account or fixed account. So here FD, you must have heard about that. You will also, they might give you in such a fashion that FD and savings account and recurring account or RD, but here you have to understand the concept of fixed deposit account is that you are going to open an account for a particular fixed period of time by depositing a particular amount in that account. I hope the question is clear. Let us now move to the next one. The minimum term or time, to be very precise, for a term deposit is dash. What is the minimum term or time for a term deposit? Whether it is A 7 days, B 7 months, C 7 years, or D none of the above. So here the minimum time stipulated is option A, 7 days. That means the minimum time for which you can keep a term deposit with a bank is for 7 days, and therefore option A, 7 days, is the correct answer to this particular question, which talks about the minimum term for term deposits. I hope this is clear. Let's now move to the next one. Dash has given the free hand to commercial banks to decide interest rates on domestic term deposits of various maturities. So here, who is the entity who has given free hand to commercial banks to decide upon the interest rates on domestic term deposits of various maturities? For example, I am investing my money for 1 year, then the bank will decide what will be the rate of interest. If I am doing it for 2 years, the bank will again decide. So this free hand to decide that what will be the rate of interest on domestic term deposits is given to the commercial banks by A, Government of India, B, Reserve Bank of India, C, International Monetary Fund, or D, World Bank. So here this free hand is given to the commercial banks to decide upon the interest rates on domestic term deposits of various maturities, and this right is given to them by none other than the Reserve Bank of India, and therefore option B, RBI or Reserve Bank of India, is the correct answer to this particular question. I hope that is clear. Let us now move to the fourth one. In case of premature withdrawals of a term deposits, that means what I am doing is, for example, I have taken a term deposit for 1 year, but because of any underlying reason I want to take my money out from fixed deposit, let us assume at the 8th month. So if at all that is the case, premature withdrawal of term deposits, that is before completion of the period of the term deposits, dash is charged. What is charged to the consumer? Whether it is A, no penalty is charged to the consumer, whether it is B, penalty is charged to the consumer, whether it is C, money is repaid to the consumers in installments, and D, none of the above. So here in case of premature withdrawals of a term deposits, what is happening is the consumer is then charged penalty. So option B, penalty, is the correct answer. So I hope that is clear. That means if at all I have invested my money for 1 year, and if at all I want to withdraw it before the term, that is 1 year, on the 8th month I am planning to withdraw it, then I'll have to pay certain amount of penalty to the bank. So that is what the case is in case of premature withdrawal of a term deposit. I hope this idea is clear. Let us now move to the next one. The minimum term deposit receipt, the minimum fixed deposit receipt, or the minimum FDR in metro and urban branches is dash rupees. So that means what can be the minimum fixed deposit amount that I can deposit in a bank or in a branch of a bank which is located in metro cities or urban areas in India, whether it is A rupees 10,000, whether it is B rupees 20,000, whether it is C rupees 50,000 or D rupees 1 lakh. So what is the minimum fixed deposit receipt or FDR amount which I have to invest or I have to keep in that fixed deposit account if at all I am staying in a metro or urban area is rupees 10,000. So here option A, the minimum fixed deposit receipt or amount which I have to keep in the account in a metro or in urban branch is rupees 10,000. So now we have seen the case for urban areas and metros. Similarly, you will have another question, what if I stay in a rural area or a semi-urban area? So what is the minimum FDR in that case? So the next question talks about that. Let us look at that. The next question is the minimum FDR or fixed deposit receipt for rural and semi-urban areas and for senior citizens. Now this is again very important. They might give you questions separately, but because of the space constraint, I have given it in the same question itself. So the minimum FDR for rural and urban areas and for senior citizens is dash rupees, and the underlying options are A 3,000 rupees, B 5,000 rupees, C 8,000 rupees and D 11,000 rupees. Again a very factual sort of question. Here the minimum FDR for rural and semi-urban areas as well as for senior citizens is rupees 5,000. So it is half of what you have to pay in case of metros and urban. In metros and urban I was paying rupees 10,000, the minimum FDR. In case of urban and semi-urban areas and also in case of senior citizens, they are required to pay rupees 5,000 as an FDR. I hope the questions with respect to both the urban and metro cities, the minimum amount of FDR and FDR in case of rural and semi-urban as well as senior citizens is pretty much clear. Let us now move to the next one. Dash account is a kind of term deposit. It is a kind of term deposit where customers deposit a fixed sum on a regular basis. Here what is happening is it is a kind of term deposit, but in this case the customer is depositing certain sum of a fixed money deposit on a regular basis. So whether you call that account to be a fixed deposit account, whether a recurring deposit account, whether a savings account or none of the above. So here the major distinction between fixed deposit and recurring deposit is here I am depositing a particular amount at once. Okay, in fixed deposit I am depositing, it is a term deposit wherein I am depositing a fixed amount at a particular time and that is at once. Okay, that is happening at once. In case of recurring, which is the case in our question, that is a kind of term deposit where customers deposit fixed sums on a regular basis. This is the correct answer, that is recurring. Now the difference between the two is here I have told you that particular amount at once I am giving. Here what I am giving is a fixed sum on a regular basis. So month on month, first month I will be giving say rupees 1k. So second month also it will be 1k. Now this will go on up until I have taken the term deposit. Okay, I have taken the recurring account or recurring deposit account for say 12 months. So this will go on for 12 months and then at the end of that maturity period I'll get the sum of the money which I have deposited and also some sort of rate of return on that. So that is the basic difference between these two. I hope the difference is pretty much clear. So here the correct answer is recurring account wherein customer deposits a fixed sum on a regular basis, obviously for the term. Now this was 12-month example, it can be 24 months, 5 years and so on. I hope that is clear. Let us now move to the next one. The minimum amount and the minimum term for a recurring deposit is dash for all banks. The minimum amount and the minimum term for recurring deposit account is dash for all banks. Whether it is A different, whether it is B same, C I can't tell you or we can't say, or D 1 month. So here the correct answer is the minimum amount as well as the minimum term or tenure for recurring deposits vary across banks, and therefore it is option A, different for all the banks. Okay, it is not same with respect to all the banks. I hope this is clear. Let us now move to the next one. In recurring deposit account, dash is paid along with interest at the end of the term, whether it is A, certificate of appreciation, whether it is B, maturity sum, whether it is C, free checkbook, or D, none of the above. So here the correct answer is at the time of maturity, or when the term is going to end, the recurring deposit account is going to pay you whatever the rate of interest that was applicable, and also your sum of money which you have or collected over the term. So here maturity sum, that means first month I gave $1,000, second month obviously $1,000. So over 12 months I'll be depositing 12,000 in the bank account, which is a recurring deposit account, and plus whatever the interest on that. So at maturity or at the end of the term, I'll get the maturity sum plus the rate of interest. I hope this is clear. Let us now move to the next one. For recurring deposit account, periodic monthly installments can be made for dash amount. Periodic monthly installments can be made for dash amount, whether it is A, 10 rupees, B, 20 rupees, C, 30 rupees, or D, 50 rupees and above. So here the minimum amount for which you can make periodic installments or monthly installments is rupees 50 and above. So that is the minimum requirement is rupees 50 and above. So it can go to say 2k, 3k, whatever. Yeah. So here option D, rupees 50 and above, is the correct answer to this question. I hope that is clear. Let us now move to the last question in this segment, which is talking about which of the following is true with respect to recurring deposit account. So let us look at the statements. A, number of installments once fixed cannot be changed. So here in the first here I've taken it for 12 months, but later on I realized that if at all I convert this into 24 months, I'll be saving 24,000 and the rate of interest will be higher, but I cannot change it once it is fixed. So that is the first thing. Second is passbook, a different passbook is given for recurring deposit account. C is TDS or tax deduction at source is applicable on the interest which you are going to earn. That is going to be according to the law. Okay, that means according to the fiscal policy or taxation policy. And last is all of the above. That means TDS is applicable at on rate of interest. Then we have passbook which is given to the customer who's holding a recurring deposit account, and last is number of installments once fixed cannot be changed. So here the correct answer is all of the statements are true with respect to recurring deposits account, and therefore option D, all of the above, is the correct answer to this particular question. I hope these two important types of accounts, that is the fixed deposit sort of an account and recurring deposits account, is pretty much clear. Please stay tuned for more. Thank you.